Good morning, family and friends. Happy Saturday. Welcome to another Coffee with Kim. We are officially in summer. We've hit it. However, our temperatures have dropped. So I guess we'll roll with the punches. But welcome to summertime. The time does go real fast. We end up diminishing our daytime. Takes a while to notice it, but nonetheless. So either way, hopefully you've all had a fabulous week. We are just a little over a week away from 4th of July. So hopefully you've all made your plans and you've got things ready for that. Number one thing I want to just mention to you is please be safe. Everybody around you, make sure you are extremely safe. We know there's been some terrible stories that have come out of the 4th of July. So I encourage you to have a plan, okay? Also, locally here, Farmers Market is down on Main Street. That is on Saturdays from 9 until 1. I'm assuming we're going to start seeing a little bit more produce coming in. We're a little early. However, I know I saw that they had some cucumbers and other things that will be there. So nonetheless, they also have some great coffee and breakfast items there. So head on down. We have a nice day today. We can actually breathe. It's not so hot and it's not expected to be so hot. Also, rummage sales throughout town are in full swing. So if there's anything that you're looking for, didn't want to spend full price on, get out, take some rummage. Go out and see what you can find. Sometimes you get some good things for a discounted price. So I did see a number of them all around town. Like I said, I'm not going to report any addresses or anything like that. You can find those all online. But anyway, we're going to get right into some things here. Rates. Haven't really done a lot of changing, 4.9 up to a 6. Now again, that's not including the fees and things attached to what the lenders may charge. So in essence, it could end up being even a little bit larger than that. But for the basis of the conversation, we'll go with the 4.9 to the 6. Okay. Not seeing them rising as quickly here. So they in fact have stayed pretty much the same. Hoping that continues for a little while because we had kind of a rude awakening with the increase happening so quickly. But there's nothing we can do about that, unfortunately. Just like everything else is going up, so is that. Okay. Market data for the local data. We had 16 new, 18 that went pending, 14 that closed for a total of 116. Again, guys, this is residential and commercial. I'm not doing lots. I'm not doing multifamily. I'm not including everything in this. I'm going with the basics that I like to report, which I've been doing for some time. So when I continue on that streak, those of you watching on a weekly basis can kind of keep tallies as well. Okay, so today I'm just going to go, today's going to be actually fairly quick, guys. I just wanted to bring you a couple of things. It's going to be a little bit of a real conversation here, but I got some details from NAR, which I like to do. Statistics always can be shocking and or good, however you look at them, but they're actually saying that our home sales have realistically returned back to the pre-pandemic, which was in 2019 numbers, okay? So the home sales in 2020 and 2021, were just sky high. Rates were low. It was a crazy market. So NAR is stating right now, which is the National Association of Realtors, that we are back to the pre-pandemic sales, okay? And as agents, we can see that. Things are not moving near as quickly. Now, I say that erring on the side of caution because some homes are moving real quickly yet, okay? So don't let that persuade you in one way or the other, but we are not seeing 10, 20 offers, on each property that we have. So things are getting a little bit back to normal. So for the buyers that were patient and waited and had competition, to then all of a sudden enter into this market where rates increase so quickly and inventory is even lower, hang tight. Your time is close, okay? They are saying that, even with the rates having gone up, it's kind of a little shock period for everybody, and a readjustment period, and eventually will become, I don't want to say the norm, but standard, and we will all get back to kind of what we're used to. In fact, they were saying, July and August, we might even start seeing that. So that is good news for those buyers who've hung tight, were patient, tried many times during this market. Your time is certainly around the corner, okay? The other thing, NAR, which is again the National Association of Realtors, is stating that During our pandemic, we saw a lot of people looking to get out into the country. They wanted a little more wide open spaces. They wanted to be able to incorporate some activities and things in their home because we were limited to where we could go. And so they're actually saying we're starting to see a little bit more trend back into city living versus the suburban areas. So we don't see that as much here in Aberdeen. Quite frankly, most people want to live a little bit out of town around our area. And good morning, Teresa. And we see that once in a while. Obviously, we've got them. Those properties don't typically last very long. But again, in Aberdeen, we're all pretty close to city living anyway. Okay. This is some interesting information regarding mortgages. Okay, so this is a couple of statistics from mortgage lenders. This is a nationwide. This is not necessarily local, but what happens nationwide affects us. That's why I use a lot of national statistics because it typically all comes down into our area, even if it starts on the coast. Refinances have been down 3%. Okay, so obviously most people had already refinanced when rates were down into that 2 to 3.5%. But if they had not, they've missed that mark, and we'll have to wait again, for many years to probably see that. But refinances are down 3%, where actual home applications have now increased 8%. Now this is stats on the last 2 weeks, and so again, a nice thing to see that we are starting to see a lot more applications coming through. People have let some of that initial shock wear off, realize that instead of paying 18 to 25% on credit cards, even auto loans being 5 or 6 unless they're brand new, maybe our housing interest market rates are not as bad as you'd like to think. Okay, I know contrary to the 2 or 3%, but again, guys, look at your life. Look at where you're spending some of your money, and you're going to quickly realize that these rates on a home are not that crazy, okay? Like I said, look at your credit cards. Look at any type of debt you have out there and see what rate you're on, okay? The other thing I want to talk about with this is even with rates where they are, you can always refinance your home. Okay, we obviously, there's criteria that needs to be met to make it worth you refinancing. A lender and a bank would be able to give you a little more specifics on that. But the golden rule that we were always told was, 1% difference on your rate would be a worthwhile investment. So that's just kind of a starting point for you. Again, talk to your lender. But if you do get into buying a home in the next, few months or even the rest of the 2022 year, keep in mind, if these rates do increase anytime during that 30-year loan, you can refinance and get those rates down. So please do not let these interest rates that are currently in place persuade you over a lifetime of decisions. It could be quite some time before we see the rates get down to where you're comfortable, and hence, now may be better than if and when they reach the 7 to 8%. Really hoping we never see that, but we have to prepare for it just like everything else going up. So keep that in mind while you're having the conversations, whether it's with your family or yourself, whoever, deciding what is best for you as far as a home situation. I am here to tell you rent is not going down. What I have heard and seen about the rental market is astonishing. Rates are crazy high for that. They've marked those up. So, think about it in this term. I heard this from a lender locally, actually, and I've never ever looked at it in this term, and I've never stated it. But you basically are in a market now where you're going to be paying between 5 and 6% for your mortgage. If you're renting, you're basically paying 100%. You know what I mean? You're not getting anything back out of that. So think about that in depth just a little bit before you start paying, $1,000, $1,200, $1,400 for these rents every month, when indeed you could get into a home and have those same payments and actually be paying yourself and benefiting yourself versus paying somebody else's mortgage for them. Okay, so just another way to look at things and to view them in a different manner. Because guys, this is serious. We're all looking at how we can make the most of our money during a time when inflation is sky high. So don't eliminate the possibility of home ownership at all. Call me, call your agent, talk to your lender, find out your options. Like I said, I don't see rent decreasing anytime soon. So keep that in mind. Anyway, that's all I'm really going to bring for you. I kind of wanted to just bring it to you real today and live today with some statistics and what we're seeing, okay? The other thing I'm going to mention, in our direct market, which is also a reflection of national, we are seeing price drops. We are seeing open houses. We are seeing homes lasting much longer than 3 or 4 days. Okay. We haven't seen markets like that for quite some time. Gosh, I can't tell you the last time we had a string of open houses. Those of you following along who keep an eye on the open houses in town, you're going to realize we had a period where, we just couldn't keep houses on the market long enough to conduct one. So the pure fact that we are having open houses right now and price reductions is saying something. Competition isn't quite as high. I can't say it's gone, but this may be a better time than you think to be buying your home. It's kind of in that middle phase where we're not too high, we aren't too low. Competition is maybe just about right. If you look at a house that's been out there already for a week to 2, you're probably not going to have the competition, okay? So like I said, I can't guarantee every house won't have it, but we are starting to see a little bit of a change on trends. So anyway, follow along with me for more information. I'm going to try and bring you statistics, kind of keep you up on what they are saying regarding what we just discussed today. They are predicting, like I said, between July and August, hopefully getting back to a market that was very similar to 2019, good or bad. Like I said, it will take away some competition. So for any buyers out there, don't lose hope. For sellers who are thinking, gosh, it's time for me, I really do need to make a move. I have to downsize, I need to upgrade, whatever it is, please do not be discouraged either. When you have the right agent and they're listing that home appropriately, they've given you all of the suggestions that are possible, those houses still are moving. So please do not get discouraged either, sellers, because there are buyers out there. Okay? So anyway, next week, I am going to be gone, but I will probably pop in, at least do a quick hello and good morning and wish everybody a happy 4th, which will be quickly to follow that. But if you have questions in the meantime, as always, please message me, please call me, email me, whatever is convenient for you. I would love to hear back from you. So in the meantime, take care, have a fabulous week, and we will see you all next Saturday. Bye-bye for now.